It's been exactly 2 months since the war between Israel and Hamas first broke out, but fierce clashes in the Gaza Strip are showing no signs of stopping, with civilians fast running out of options amid the crossfire. Residents were seen clearing rubble in the southern Gazan city of Rafah, one of the few remaining areas in the Strip where civilians have sought refuge as Israel widens its offensive southwards.
ضرب مباشرة، الناس كانت ماشية في الشارع ما فيش أي تحذير نهائي، ما شفنا إلا انضربت دورنا بدون أي تحذير.
شفتوا انتم ايش الدمار اللي صار يعني، وهذا بقول لك انه كان في منطقة ولا فيش منطقة، ما في مناطق في قطاع غزة، أي مكان معرض للقصف، أي مكان معرض للقصف والتدمير يعني.
The fiercest battles are unfolding in Khan Yunis, the main city in Gaza's south and the second largest in the enclave. Israel says it's managed to take out a number of Hamas militants there as it breaks through defensive lines in the area. It is also closing in on the home of a top Hamas leader, Yahya Sinwar, who is believed to be hiding in Khan Yunis. But the IDF says he does not appear to be in the compound. Sinwar stands accused of being one of the masterminds behind the October 7th attacks on Israel. Now, as the conflict continues to exert a heavy civilian toll, U.S. Secretary General Antonio Guterres is heaping pressure on the Security Council to tackle the crisis in Gaza. He invoked a rarely used clause in the UN Charter, calling for a humanitarian ceasefire to be declared, with the UAE pushing for a vote as early as tomorrow. Sarah Coates joins us live from Tel Aviv with more. Sarah, a significant move from the UN chief, but what is the impact likely of that clause likely to have on rising hostilities?
Hello there. Well, look, you're right. It is rare for this to be used, and it is the only independent political tool that is given to a Secretary General. We can expect that Security Council to meet a little later this week. But what it really means is that none of these permanent members, including the United States here, can veto any action. And look, what we've heard from the United States is that it does not support any further action by the Security Council. So look, it's certainly looking like it might just be symbolic. We're yet to see this could change over the course of the next few days. But look, Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Eli Cohen, he is lashing out at the Secretary General Guterres. He says this clearly shows that he is on the side of Hamas, calling him a danger to world peace. But look, Guterres is getting the backing of the EU's foreign minister, also the head of the World Health Organization, as this situation inside the Gaza Strip gets worse and worse by the minute. We are hearing here about shocking situations. More than 80% of the population are now internally displaced. And look, it is starting to get cold here. It's been quite rainy over the last few days. And many of these people who've been forced to flee their homes and have fled further south down into the Strip simply do not have the means to keep themselves warm and dry, nor do they have food, water, or medicine. Now, we've just heard from another number of other bodies, like healthcare bodies, saying that around half of the people inside the Strip are so severely wounded that they won't be able to be treated there. They need to get external help outside of Gaza. So look, this is a situation that, as we've been hearing day after day, is only growing worse by the minute.
Yeah, let's stay on that point that you've raised. The military focus is shifting south, but talk to us more about the condition of the residents who have been left up north, especially as authorities say ambulance services in northern Gaza have been halted.
Exactly. Well, this is simply due to the fact that there's barely any fuel inside the Gaza Strip now. Over the last few days, fuel trucks, aid trucks have been having a very difficult time actually getting into the coastal enclave, simply due to the fact that it's being heavily bombed right across the Strip. Israel did announce a little earlier today that it would give a minimal supplement of fuel into the Strip to prevent outbreaks of disease and to try and keep these hospitals ticking over. But look, these hospitals say that they are on the verge of collapse. Al-Shifa Hospital, which is the largest hospital in the Gaza Strip, it is also in the north. It is barely functioning. It can only administer first aid to people who are coming in those doors. And according to doctors, these people need a lot more treatment than first aid due to the amount of casualties and the severity of their injuries. So it is certainly a shocking situation. And look, fighting is continuing in the north of the Strip as well as in the south. We heard from the IDF just a little earlier that troops are now advancing deeper and deeper into that Jabalia refugee camp. We do know that they've blown up a number of tunnels under that camp. This is what the military says. Also finding a large cache of weapons where there were rocket launchers, rockets, and also sniper rifles. So look, it is certainly a very worrying situation, and one that, as you mentioned, world leaders are trying to desperately bring under control.
Sarah Coates with the latest updates there from Tel Aviv. Thank you.